Hello everyone! Greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. And today, together with our beautiful psychologist Alesya we will do a really unusual video for you. We will answer some of your comments below a very popular video that we have posted for you on February 14th, 2018, I guess. This video had about 50 comments and more than 100 of likes. And now I will read, Alesya, some of your comments that I have chosen prior to this shooting, and we will discuss them with Alesya. So I will read the first comment. The spelling will be of the author of this comment, so please don't judge my English. So the comment. In my experience, which I have a lot of, Ukrainian women are all about expecting a lot of things from men, but give nothing in return. They want you to make decisions, but don't accept your decisions and complain about them. They want your money, but have given you nothing to deserve it. They want support, but don't give you support emotionally or financially. Nothing. They want you to respect their culture or understand it, but don't do the same. Realizing there is a difference and we can't possibly know these things without a lot of time. They want plenty of things from you, but don't care to do the same things that they expect. Never ever give sums of money to Ukrainian women, ever. If you want to take her out to dinner, go ahead. Maybe flowers, sure, but never give money, no matter what lies or sub stories she tells you, walk away. Well, I can agree with, I think the only point in this comment that if you haven't met in person or if you had just several dates and you are not in serious, committed boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, then of course, why should you give money to a person you don't know? It's like not your responsibility to sponsor her or to help her out financially. But anyway, Alesya, what can you say to the author of this comment? What do Ukrainian ladies actually bring to the table if, in the opinion of the author, they do not support a man financially, emotionally, or in any other way?
I have one idea about this author, that why did you decide to looking for Ukrainian lady? So I get you are from another country, and at first you were trying to build some relationship with the women that are in your country, but you had some problems with this building relationship. So you decide to move to other country, to travel to find their lady. You choose Ukraine, you came here, and you blame all ladies that something is wrong with them. They don't support, and what else they were?
Financially
or emotionally. They don't respect your culture, etc., etc. So all ladies in Ukraine are very, very bad. But in my opinion, if I will ask you about ladies in your country, you will tell me the same things.
So all women are basically very bad.
I feel a lot of offense in this message, in this comment, not to Ukrainian ladies, but to ladies at all, in general.
I will agree with you, because pretty often people think if, for example, a man or a woman can't build a healthy relationship or attract the right partner in his or her country, the first idea is, okay, something is wrong with the country and with people here. So I will expand my pool of search and will start looking in Ukraine, in Russia, elsewhere. But whenever you go, you bring yourself with you. So you have to, first of all, fix those problems and realize why you can't build those relationships. And after that, date in your country or in Ukraine. It's not about the country. It's about you and the type of relationship you would like to have. So if you had problems, certain problems with building a relationship with a lady in, let's say, US or China, pretty much you will have similar problems in Ukraine, because you will bring those problems together with your attitude with you. Yes, ladies do like it when gentlemen bring flowers, and for Ukrainian ladies it is way more important than for ladies in the US, and the majority of ladies in US and in Ukraine would prefer it if the gentleman would foot the bill on the first date.
Yes.
And I agree with you that sponsoring a lady financially on the first date or after, I don't know, 2 weeks of dating, that's ridiculous. And even after a month or 2 months of relationship. Of course, when you are engaged or when you are in serious long-term relationship and you have discussed it that you are exclusive, then probably both she and you will act differently regarding money, and maybe you will really help each other out. But for some families, people can have a separate budget and separate wallets. It will depend on you and your lady. Alesya, are you ready for the next one?
I'm not sure.
So, while you give practical advice for beginner on basic education is good always, the real process of steps in real relationship to solve real communication misunderstandings or advance through levels of relationship with Ukrainian women should be the level to help all men. Nice try to bring in an expert, but she makes me more cautious as her secrets, and why not comment on American women, let's say what it is.
I don't understand what does it mean, beginner or advanced?
So he assumes that some men are really advanced in relationship while others are beginners, and we give advice to beginners.
We don't give advice to beginners, we give advice to all of people. It's not about even ladies or gentlemen. We give advice to people who are ready to listen to them.
I can say that there can be so-called golden rules or maybe really basic tips that all gentlemen should know, regardless if they date in Ukraine or if they date in US or in Canada or in Germany, and they are based more on psychology of different genders, male and female, because we have different expectations and we love in a different way. But I also can't agree that there can be a certain, I don't know, gradation of tips level.
I don't understand. What does it mean, beginner? You had a relationship with one lady and it didn't work, or you are advanced and you tried to build relationship with 10 ladies and it also didn't work.
How can you call a gentleman advanced in dating if he has built 10 relationships?
Or you had one lady and you have very successful relation. Are you beginner because you had only one lady, or are you advanced because you have a very good relationship? I don't understand.
I don't understand either. Maybe he refers to dates, like tips for the first date or for the second date. Anyway, if the author of this comment is watching this, please
explain, please, because we don't understand.
Some specific. Alesya, why are you keeping secrets?
I'm psychologist. This is my work.
Why don't you talk about American women? The gentleman is demanding.
I don't work with American women.
And we are not American women, so why should we talk about them? We talk about things we know, we experience every day. So, Alesya, are you ready for the next comment?
No.
But I will still read it. Hello and thank you for this video. You're welcome. I'm wondering about what you say on first date, because I am thinking if I come to visit the lady in Ukraine that I would want to spend the whole time with her. Let's say I'm there for 3 days and we have talked for maybe a month or 2. Are these expectations still exist for not touching? I'm seeing her for the first time, but I feel like I know so much about her. I would first want to hug her. Does this make sense?
Yes, why not?
I can tell that online and offline can be really tricky. You, on the one hand, can feel that you really know her and you can consider her to be your girlfriend already after talking to her for 1 month. She, on the other hand, she might not feel the same way. So it would be very important to try to read her reaction when she meets you.
Be on one wave. I don't understand, be all the time with her, or...
Yes, if he comes for 3 days, he wants to spend whole 3 days with her.
It can be too much, actually. 3 days, all days together, it can be too much.
I can say that the biggest problem here is about attitude to this relationship. Why in your mind you can be already in relationship after talking for 1 month. In her mind, she can be casually dating other people while talking to you, because you have never met in person. Or she can be talking to other guys as well. And then she might feel like comparing her feelings and attitude after meeting different guys. This doesn't mean that all ladies in Ukraine or all females are talking to multiple guys. But think about this way. If she doesn't believe that she is in a committed relationship and she doesn't consider her to have a boyfriend, she feels single, and as a single lady who is actively searching for a boyfriend, for a husband material, as people like calling that, it's quite normal that she is talking to different people, going out, meeting new people. So it is important to make sure that you are on the same page. The easiest way to do it, talk about it. Ask her how she feels, if she feels that you are in exclusive relationship already. And I wouldn't recommend to hug her straight away in the airport. Watch her reaction if she will be hugging you and talk about it. And about 3 days spending together, also you have to discuss this beforehand. Will she have time to spend these 3 days together? And like Alesya said, like spending 24/7 after not meeting in person, this can be way too much, too overwhelming, and you can kill all the vibes. I always tell our potential clients and real clients that unless you have met in person, like face-to-face on a real date, you are not in relationship yet, and even after the first date, you are not in relationship yet. So assuming that after this first date in real life, she will think of you as her boyfriend, that's a little bit too, I would say, optimistic, because usually ladies need more time to fall in love and to be sure that you are in committed relationship.
And about hug, if we are talking about just friendly hug, it can be. But no kisses, of course, in the airport or something like this. That's not the right time.
Maybe when you will travel over for the second time, after you have spent some good quality of time together, face to face, it would be appropriate. But I would say that in 99% cases, probably it would be a little bit too much to kiss and hug a person you haven't met in person yet. But again, it depends what type of dates did you have. Were you just corresponding, texting, maybe you had video dates? So my advice would be, even if you have been corresponding for 1 month, this still will be your first date. So take it at the first date. Would you hug a person or kiss a person on the first date? Would you do it before the date, during the date, after the date? So try to look at it at the first date. And the next comment. Why wouldn't we do a video about men's expectations? Guys, we have a separate channel for ladies.
We have a lot of such videos actually, but they are in Russian.
And I think Alesya did, I don't know, maybe 10 videos at least.
I don't know, a lot.
About expectation of a man on the first date, on the second date, or what a gentleman expects from a relationship with a Ukrainian lady. We have plenty of such videos at our other channel in Russian language for ladies specifically. Alesya, the tricky one for you. I asked the psychologist if the women are asked if they grew up with a father, a dead figure, in the house. I am finding women from divorced parents with no dad are mentally unstable, being influenced by Women magazine, which are controlled by feminist and LGBT personnel and support groups. How many women interviewed understand what a family is? My parents never divorced and died together. What has become of Christian morals?
I totally not agree, because the role of our parents, they're very important in our life, and that's true. But in a family where parents are together during all their lives, and you can see a very happy family, you know, but this is just the front of it, and you never know what happens inside it. And ladies who raise in these full families, they can be not ready for this responsibility to build their own relationship. And
offer challenges that family life can
yes.
bring.
And ladies who had only, for example, mother, and they didn't have father in their life, they can be ready. And you can't judge people who who had a full family or not full family. It's not the only one aspect that you should
Pay
choose.
attention.
Yes.
Scenarios can be so different. For example, parents of the lady can get a divorce when she was just a little kid, and then her mother built a relationship with her new husband, with the stepfather, and they have lived happily after for 40 years. And in this case, this family will be a role model for a lady. I know so many people whose parents are happily married for years, and they are through their third marriage, these people, the kids, and through their third divorces. And I know many people whose parents have been divorced and they were raised by single parents, but they have managed to build a healthy, really strong relationship, and they are happy. Of course, our families and our circle of friends has a certain influence on us, but still it doesn't define us and doesn't define our values, and definitely it can't predict whether we will get divorced or not.
For example, a lady, she could have a father who died, and yes, her family is not full. Yes, she was raised by only her mother, but this mother, she could tell during all her life, during all the life of this lady, that her father, he was so good, he was a so excellent man and father and husband, etc., etc., and she understand what the real man is. And the full family, where, for example, mother and father, they don't have respect to each other, but they are still together. They have full family. They are together.
In theory.
Yes, but it don't give the real picture of family, you know. So it's not always work such. A
family can be full, and the lady can have a great example that, for example, her father is a really leader in the family, a strong man. He is the one who kills mammals and brings them to the table, while her mother is beautiful, and she is the heart of the family, and she takes the care of the family. And this lady can assume why building a relationship while bothering if, for example, her father can provide for her as well till she is in her 30s or 40s. And she can be very demanding to her future husband because she will compare him to her father, to her daddy. So judging and labeling people that, oh, his or her parents have been through a divorce, it's a really losing strategy. Alesya, the next one, you will like it. This is the sad legacy of communism. 70 years of a soul-destroying, hated police state and its repressive violence and neglect. American women are far more liberated and don't expect American men to support them. They can't support themselves and don't feel they ever had to be dependent of any man. I think he wanted to say that they can't support themselves. If you like American ladies, date in the US. And
why are you looking and watching our channel?
Yes, in the US there can be plenty of ladies that will be happy to support financially not only themselves but also their partner. And they are happy and ready to be the leader in the family. And there are many ladies that would find it really common, and they will actually be looking for such a model when the bills are split and everybody has a separate banking account, and there is this model of partnership in the relationship. In our society, in Eastern Europe, it won't work. So here a man is expected to live in the relationship, which doesn't mean that a lady doesn't have an education or doesn't have a job. So if you don't like this model, date in the West, where dating market and rules at this dating market are different. We are all free to choose what works best for us. Do you want to add something to this one about communism?
No.
Comrade Alesya. So guys, we really hope that you like this format. If you want us to make more videos like this, maybe you can leave us some links to the videos that we have filmed already within the last 5 years. And in August it will be 5 years as we have started our channel. So we will look through that, and we promise to make videos answering comments to those videos that we have filmed for you already. Also, if there are some topics that you would like us to cover, your feedback and your suggestions are always welcomed. You can leave them below these videos. You can leave them below this video in the comments. And I hope you are having a wonderful mood and the day is not as rainy as it is now in Kharkov.
So guys, have a very nice day, and if you have some questions to psychologist, you can leave it in the comment. Follow our channel from Diolli.com.
With love.